Hey folks, I'm Michael Bainbrick. I'm a writer, a videographer. Together with my sweetheart Sharon, we love to travel. Today, I'm going to give you my 8 tips for renting a car in Europe. If you like this video, you can subscribe and click on the bell. But maybe we should ask first, do we need to rent a car in Europe? The answer is, of course, yes! Take Provence, for example. Whoa, sounds like we've got some real Provence fans in the audience today. Now, after we decided on a home base, we did our homework and came up with a list of towns we wanted to visit. A secondary list was for those places we'd see if we had time. Before you know it, your map is full. So how are we going to see this without a car? We going to bus it, taxi, hitchhike? And check this out. Because we had a car in Spain, we're able to just park on the side of the road and start hiking. We saw a ruin, a vineyard, a cow, and had lunch. It was warm and sunny. Hey, we didn't see a soul. On the way back, we were able to stop at the beach and visit a lighthouse. What a great day. So now we know we want a car. Where do we start? My number 1 tip is get an international driver's license. The truth is, most of the time they won't even ask you for it. But if they do, and you don't have one, or yours is expired like mine was, then you're in a pickle. I had to find a coffee shop in the airport and go online. I found this great little website, e-ita.org. I uploaded a picture and in 20 minutes, we were good to go. Take my advice, friends. Don't wait until you're in the airport, panicked and worried about your trip to get your license. Get it before you go. Tip number 2 is use a rental car company you know and trust. Now in France, I like Enterprise. They've always done a very good job for me. In Italy, Avis has worked out a little better. Just go online, open up an account, get a customer number, and select your car. Then go out to the lot and find your car. This is Maura. She was helping us with Enterprise. She seemed to have a little trouble finding my reservation and made me a little nervous.
Je sais que je l'ai vu.
Thankfully, she found it and everything worked out just fine.
Vous conduisez que automatique ou manuel aussi?
Automatique, c'est mieux,
Ouais.
mais je peux faire le manuel.
Mara spoke French with me, but she also spoke perfect English, as does everybody in the tourist industry in France, so don't worry about the language. If you don't have a lot of experience using a rental car company, go online and look at the reviews. Be aware of companies that offer an extremely attractive price up front, because they will add the fees in the end. I tried saving a little money here in Ecuador by going with a local company, and you can see how that turned out. Sharon was not a happy camper. She was a lot happier here, but she was coming out of a wine store in Italy. By the way, if you're planning a trip to Costa Rica, there's a very good rental car company down there called Adobe. They'll take great care of you. Tip number 3 is pick up your rental in a small town. Can you imagine trying to drive out of a city like Rome or Paris in an unfamiliar car and you don't know the roads? So if I'm in Italy, here's what I do. I like to take the train a little ways. Take it up to a town called Chiusi in central Italy. They have a large train station, and just 2 blocks down is the Avis rental car company. In a small town like Chiusi, it takes only a couple turns to get out of town and to be cruising through the Italian countryside. Yeehaw! Going for a drive like this gives me a chance to get used to the car and the Italian roads in a friendly environment. Tip number 4 is get to know your car before you get on the road. Take a minute to get to know the car you're going to drive. Go over the controls. Make sure you know where things are, like the lights and the wipers. And don't forget to check the gas panel. This one opened from the outside. I spent 5 minutes looking inside the car until I decided to check the outside while cars lined up behind me for gas. Tip number 5 is get a navigation app on your phone if you don't already have one. This is a must. It'll save your life. Buy a phone holder, pack it, and take it with you. It'll be the smartest thing you do. Tip number 6 is plan day trips within an hour of your home base. Yeah, this is kind of an easy one. I mean, you came to France to sightsee, not to drive on roads. So just figure your map an hour out to somewhere, draw a circle, and see how your sights match up. Although some long trips can be fun. This one we took to the Mediterranean. It was a 4-hour drive to the Riviera, but it was well worth it. Tip number 7, think about parking before you book your lodging. The hill towns of southern France, medieval towns in Spain, they're all notoriously short on parking. If you want to be in the center of town, near the cafes, the square, you'll probably have to park in one of the common parking spots on the outside of town. If you want to park at your lodging, look for something in the country. My last tip, tip number 8. If you're going to drive on toll roads, get prepared. For me, the worst part about driving in Europe is the toll roads. No! Why is it so nerve-wracking? Well, because for the average driver, the guy who lives there, this is a daily thing. They know how much it costs, they know where to put the money, they know what it takes. But for you and me, it's the first time, and it takes a minute to get used to it. Meanwhile, a line of cars will pile up behind you if you're not fast enough. Some of them take change, some take bills, and some take only credit cards. In fact, one time, I used my credit card at a toll booth. By the time I'd driven to the next toll booth, my bank had placed my card on fraud alert and it was declined. Lucky for me, I had another credit card. The way to solve this is to just take everything with you. Lots of change, lots of cash in different denominations, and at least 2, maybe even 3 credit cards just to be safe. Another good tip is to drive early morning on the toll roads or late at night. Avoid rush hour. And remember, they're all automated, so there aren't many workers there to help you if you have a problem. Obviously, the good thing about toll roads is that they'll get you where you want to go quickly. But for me, I think I'd rather just enjoy lunch on the square with Sharon. Or a great view of the water. Well, there you have it, my 8 tips when renting a car in Europe. Thanks for watching, folks. Subscribe if you like the videos, and we'll see you at the next stop.